Howdy y'all. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some creepy and strange TikToks. They're going to make you question reality. Oh, and I know not every time, every clip that we look at may be kind of dark or maybe not be so positive, but got to keep the bright colors on to make sure that, to raise those vibrational frequencies, keep it up here, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get it up.
Kids who remembered their past lives, part 1. The boy who solved his own murder. A 3-year-old boy began to say that he had been murdered in his past life. He said he was killed by getting an axe to the head, and strangely enough, on his head was a long red birthmark. He was then taken to the village he claimed he once lived in. He proceeded to show his family where his supposed body was buried. When they dug up the land, they found a boy's skeleton with an axe wound in its skull. But it didn't stop here. The boy then remembered his killer and his full name. They then confronted him, and he eventually admitted to the crime. Shocked?
I'm not saying that none of that's true, but let's say it is. That is crazy. Because then, they say about with certain birthmarks, that it shows like an injury or maybe a way that you died from a previous life or a past life. So it's just kind of crazy that the kid is recalling on how he died in another life and then has a scar on his head, and then they found the remains. That's crazy.
Fucking war facts that school definitely didn't teach you. Part 6. In World War II, Disney issued out Mickey Mouse gas masks that were intended to make the mask look less scary for children. MURDERMOUSE. In the
Oh man, ain't nothing about that look less creepy. If anything, I think the original design of the mask was less creepy than what that looked like.
19th century, a French warship washed up on shore in northern England with a monkey dressed in an army uniform. The town had never seen a French person or a monkey before and concluded that the monkey must be a French spy. So naturally, they tied a noose around its neck and executed the damn thing. Since 1776, America has been at war 90% of the time, 222 out of 245 years. On June 20th, 1941, Soviet archaeologists uncovered the tomb of war.
This is crazy to think about. Like that number, that right there, that means it's like, sorry, I know, I'm kind of pausing just thinking about that. I'm kind of blown away by that. So the majority of the time, it's just, is that all that we need to revolve around is war? I don't know.
Warlord Tamerlane, with the inscription, "Whoever opens my tomb shall unleash an invader more terrible than I." Just 2 days later, a man by the name of Adolf Hitler launched an invasion on the Soviet Union.
Scams that you should be aware of to keep you safe. Now, a common scam which occurs in lots of foreign countries is this one. Basically, the cashier in a shop or whatever will ask for your credit card to put the details in, but they'll pretend to be on the phone. Now, you, without knowing anything, probably just hand them the card and let them do whatever they're going to do. But realistically, they're not actually on the phone. They're actually using the phone to take your credit card information and use it in the future. So, be careful. Next up, we have...
I think that's all too common right there. And if you ever go through drive-thrus or anything like that, don't be afraid to keep your eye on them, what they do, once they have your card, because there's actually somebody that, I worked with, that happened to them, or their wife, that, they saw the drive-thru employee taking a picture of their card. But good tip is, try to get some tape, put it over the CCV number, and it'll at least help. Won't make it impossible, but it'll at least help. So, food for thought.
Ever seen a coin in your car door? Do not open it. Go and call the police immediately. Thieves can put these in your car, so when you unlock it, it will actually stay open, and it could mean there's someone nearby waiting to attack you or rob you. Similar to the last one, if you ever find anything on your car bonnet or something on your car tyre, for instance a random pair of shoes on the tyres, or a random item like a teddy on the bonnet, run and call the police, because this could mean someone's waiting nearby, and when you open it to take a look, they'll jump in and drive off. And finally,
keep that head on a swivel, no matter where you're at. And I was saying in one of my past videos where I tell my wife all the time, keep, your eyes on your surroundings no matter where you're at. And me, I've gotten into a habit of, regardless of where I'm at, as soon as I get in the vehicle, I lock it. Regardless. As soon as you get in, that door shuts, lock it.
some places a group of friends may come up to you and ask you to take a picture of them. Then when you hand the phone back to them, they will purposely drop it, making it look like you were the one that dropped it and then making you pay for it. So everything's
And I ain't taking a picture for nobody. You know what I mean? They can find somebody else. Thank you very much.
Blowing facts with Gerard. Some animals are born into obligate siblicide, which is making multiple offsprings with the intention of only taking care of the healthiest, while killing off the least healthy babies. Meth labs tend to produce a toxic gas called
That's
phosphine, which is actually an insecticide. So roaches stay as about as far away from meth labs as your model citizen. Human brains are a lot more powerful than people realize. If you believe strongly enough that something is real, your body will react accordingly, like voodoo death syndrome. If you believe strongly enough that you've been cursed, your brain can just shut itself off, literally thinking itself to death. Or chronostasis, when your brain stretches your perception of time backwards.
You know, I kind of believe as far as like the brain is a powerful tool because it you know, whatever it can conjure up, if you start to believe that you were sick or if you think that you were sick, then just like they said, you know, it will end up, your body will, or your brain will react accordingly to what you are thinking. So you may not be sick at all. You start thinking that you are, and then you could become sick or whatever thought that you may have. Just like, especially if you believe in something so deeply and heavily. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's in a way of manifesting it.
Like when you look at a clock, and the second hand seems to freeze for a moment. That's actually your brain creating a false memory. And lastly, we're on the cusp of some amazing AI technology. And the Turing test is a test that can tell if the AI has developed intelligent behavior comparable to humans. But that's not the weird part, because being able to pass this test means the AI is also smart enough to pretend to fail it, soaking up knowledge in the background, planning, well, whatever it wants, honestly.
That right there, it's like, I think that AI has been developed well beyond what it should have. If it was up to me, I wouldn't even have had AI developed, especially in the fastest that they have. I mean, it's like, come on, it's like, granted, Terminator, maybe fictional, but I mean, who's to say that it eventually, like, especially whenever that AI became, became sentient, you know what I mean? And it started feeling like it was real. And then some of those videos that they've shown, where they have the whole body, the whole get up for the robot and everything, and it's like, it's just talking about its emotions that it's feeling. Like, I don't know. I think we're playing with fire, and then eventually, if we haven't got to that point already, it's like opening up a can of worms, and I don't think it'll be able to be closed after it reaches a certain point. Just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think down below.
Weird history facts they don't teach in school, part 1. A Chinese emperor escaped an assassin by running around a pillar. After 2 hours, the assassin got bored and he went home. And he wasn't even charged for his crimes. Ancient Romans would put sandals on the hands of sleeping people and then tickle their face so they would slap themselves. Claudius Drusus died.
I guess upon punishment is having some sandals attached to your hands and slapping yourself.
From asphyxiation when he tossed a pear and got it in his mouth. The pear tree was actually put on trial. It was found guilty of murder and destroyed.
If you
That makes a lot of sense. Gonna have a tree on trial. Alright.
know these facts, then you get $1. If you ever have bad breath from something and you need to get rid of it immediately, then eat celery or cucumbers.
See, I haven't heard that about celery, but I have heard that about cucumbers.
They boost your saliva production, which can help get rid of bad breath in just a few minutes. The reason why most people didn't smile for pictures in the 1800s was because it was thought to be childish. Not many people could afford to take photos back then, so it was thought to be something really serious and really luxurious.
I can get that. I can understand that. You know, don't want to waste your money. And then how many times is that there's a picture taken and you go back to look at it and you're making some sort of weird awkward face, but you didn't even know it. So I guess I get it to a certain extent.
The Eiffel Tower was supposed to be in Barcelona, Spain, but the Spanish government thought that it was ugly and that no one would like it. And as a result, Paris got it.
Well, I guess they're kicking themselves in the butt now. Because that's one of the biggest tourist attractions that, even as a kid when I was growing up, like, it was talked about, even people that hadn't gone and probably would never go. So.
Actually, lucid dream. Lucid dreaming is when you become aware that you're in a dream, and this means you can control everything. It's very fun. So here's the method I use that works for me. It's called MILD, and it stands for Mnemonic Induction to Lucid Dreaming. As you are falling asleep...
If any of y'all have ever lucid dreamed, comment down below, let me know. I think I might have had maybe a time or two that I can recall on being in a dream, but for the most part, it's like I'm in a dream and I'm not realizing that I'm in a dream until I wake up.
Repeat the phrase in your head, I will control my dream, I will control my dream, I will control my dream. By repeating this mantra, you are encouraging your brain to be aware when you start dreaming. Therefore, you should lucid dream.
Comment down below if anybody's gonna try that, and if you have, let me know how it goes.
Here are 4 laws that you've broken without even realising. Did you know it's actually illegal to download music? Yeah. So if you're downloading it on certain sites so you can listen to it when you're on a plane or don't have service, well, yeah, that's actually illegal. Who would have thought? Next up, singing Happy Birthday.
Now I know that back in the day when Rhapsody was around, or I'm drawing a blank on this other one that was pretty big, but I know that you know, it was a form of pirating, you know, whether it be music, movies, whatever have you. But I'm not so sure about that one with downloading music. I wonder if that's considered downloading music whenever you got Spotify, and then, you know, you have it to where you're offline, you used to put it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's illegal. Well, at least it was until 2016 because it was copyrighted. Streaming TV shows online unless you're on a site like Netflix is actually highly illegal. If you found out to be doing it, you could get in serious trouble. But a lot of you probably have done it.
See, and that's something else too that is like, it's done on such a broad range where there's so many people that do it. So it's like, it would be so hard unless it was, you know, an event like, say for example, like the Super Bowl or some sort of award ceremony, something like that. You know, a lot of times they're just gonna like turn, in my opinion, a blind eye to it. So I don't know. Yeah, it's illegal, but I mean, there's like probably 100,000 millions of people that do it. I don't know.
Finally, carrying around a permanent
Not saying that I condone or that you should follow the law.
marker. Like what? Yeah, but if you're carrying around a permanent marker in town, you could land yourself in jail. Because the local towns and government think you're going to do graffiti or something and you could get in big trouble. Which is ridiculous, but yeah, don't carry a marker.
I'm wondering where some of these laws are at. I know he doesn't say specifically where it's at, so, but I know that there's some states, even in the U.S., that have some weird laws. Like especially along the East Coast, some states out over there, like I can't remember which. There was one about fishing or something. It was kind of off-putting and kind of weird, but I digress.
You see this happen, you need to run fast. If you see a crack in the floor of the road, you need to seriously get out of there. A crack in the road is a sign that a sinkhole is about to
Maybe not in every case. Now I'm not saying that I would go ahead and stand on or near a crack and end up, you know, taking my chances, but I'm not saying that in every case. It could be a fault in the design of the road. I mean, who knows? Or it's like, you know, sometimes whenever there's if there's something underneath before they ended up paving it, it could end up causing it to end up not have been paved evenly, and that could end up causing the crack too. So, but he's got a point. Maybe in some areas, yeah, just stay away from cracks.
give way! They can be up to 100 feet deep, and when they give way, they will suck everything down with it, including cars and you, which is extremely dangerous. So if you see a crack in the road, you need to run fast.
That's not a crack either, though. That's like a gap. You know what I mean? That's what it should be referred to as. You see a gap in the road. Oh, for sure. Stay away from that.
Make sure you share this message and follow for more.
Here are the laziest jobs in the world. Okay, firstly, I bet
Make sure to listen up if there's anybody who wants a lazy job. Get your pen and pad out. Take notes.
you've never heard of this, but you can actually become a professional panda cuddler. So pretty much every day, you have to hug and hold these pandas for however many hours. I mean, who wouldn't want to do this? Alright, next, if you love to sleep, this job is for you, a sleep study participant. Doing this actually helps doctors prevent sleeping problems and much more, and you also get paid $1,000 a day.
Now, do they disclose? Are they just visually watching you, or are they going to like conduct other kind of tests on you as you sleep? That's the question.
Oh, this one seems pretty exciting. You can be a professional water slide tester for $26 an hour. However, it is quite dangerous since you're the first one trying it. If you love watching TV shows and movies, this job is for you. You can be a professional binge watcher. You can make up to $45 an hour just by watching Netflix all day. Where do I sign up? Finally, this has to...
And again, there was something similar to this that I talked about in one of my last videos, where if it's a job that was very sought after or would be ideal, especially since we know what pandemic happened, then it'd be everybody trying to sign up for it left and right, especially for $45 an hour. Yeah, dude.
To be my favorite, you can be a luxury house sitter for $50 an hour, and all you have to do is just stay in someone's house.
If I was gonna be a luxury house sitter, I'm definitely making sure that I keep like a GoPro, something with me recording at all times. I'm not trying to have the house owners come back. Oh, this is missing. This ain't here. This is damaged. This scratch wasn't here. No, I like got the evidence all right here. Thank you.
Disturbing facts
You know,
you
my
wish
name
you
is
could
Bob.
unlearn, Part 1. It takes 3 full rotations to remove the human head because of the skin's elasticity. Jeffrey Dahmer drilled a hole into some victims' skulls, and he tried putting different toxic liquids in the hole. A lot of them
That's disturbing. You know, some of this I've already, heard about Dahmer, but it's just to hear it again.
survived the first hole, and they were fully aware when they got a second and a third hole drilled. You can be allergic to your own blood. It's like your own body is destroying itself.
That'd be unfortunate. But at any rate, that's it for today's video. I hope that y'all enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment down below, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Be safe.